3 go. All right, whole head on, feet on, hanging in the window ducks. Yeah. In most of the rest of the world, you're going to see your animals either alive or, I mean, this is about as close to finished as you're going to see them. Now, duck is one of the most valuable animals in the world, probably second only to pig. And I'm going to break this duck down. As I'm doing it, I'm going to show you all the different ways that you can make money off of a duck. 4 ducks we have here. If you could, and there are certain venues you could, sell all of the different things that I'm going to talk about, you can turn these 4 ducks into about $800. All right. First thing, we're going to take off the wings and the feet. All right. Now, in Asian culture, the feet are going to be braised. They're going to be braised in a sauce similar to what we do with a pork belly today. You know, some spicy brown sauce. And then you would just take it right out of the sauce and you would suck the gelatinous meat right off of the toes. It is very common. You see this in dim sum restaurants in Chinatown all the time. Now, in our culture, we can't usually do that. Most patrons would balk at that. But doesn't mean you throw it away. Lots of gelatin, lots of cartilage, lots of collagen. Very rich, deep texture to any kind of a soup or a sauce or a stock. Just because you're not making duck stock does not mean you can't throw a few duck feet into your veal stock to add more gelatin to it. It works just great. Wing tips, same thing. You could braise them and just suck the gelatin right off of them, and these would be served in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Bangkok. I've seen, you know, the feet, the wings, the wingtips just braised and served like that, and people just suck the meat right off the bones. Okay? But the wingtips around here, probably you're going to put that into a stock as well. The wings themselves, if you're doing a lot of duck each day or each week, you could probably just do them fresh all the time. Just as you're working, toss them into a marinade, and then just grill them and sell them at the bar. Barbecued duck wings. I mean, you sell barbecued chicken wings, right? Barbecued duck wings, you get a couple bucks more because they're different. If you don't do that many of them, you still don't throw them away. So you do 4, 6, 8 ducks a week. Have a little bag in the freezer. You just toss the duck wings in. And at the end of the month, you run duck wings barbecued in a bar on, you know, one weekend, and you sell them out, and you'll get $8 for an order of 4, 6, 7 wings. So you'll make about $100 off of the trimmings that would have otherwise gone in the garbage or maybe just in the stock. Next. The head. Again, in a lot of Asian countries, in Bangkok rather, you'd see these just floating around in the duck curry, and they would just pull them out and suck the cheek meat right off the bones, suck the meat out of the center of the head. It's very common to see these served, and people just sucking the good parts off of the outside of the head. Okay. Again, in this country, probably not so much. So. Lots of gelatin, lots of collagen, again, goes into a stock. And you know, you're paying $1 or $2 about $1.25 a pound for veal bones these days. So if you've got a couple extra pounds of this stuff that can fortify your veal stock, you're saving a few bucks. And then you sell the wings and you've made a few more bucks. So we're not talking about serious money yet, but we're getting there. Now, the neck. The neck does an awful lot of work. It's holding up that head. So the muscle is really flavorful. We've talked about how Americans don't like to eat things on the bone. Well, that's most of the places and most of the time, but that is changing a little bit. So for most of you, you're going to just, again, roast it and throw it in with your stock to add gelatin and flavor. But, you know, I can think of scenarios where you could use this not only in an Asian context, but in a Western context. Think about some of the wild stuff that Mario Batali's doing with his, like, back to medieval Europe, sort of Italian cooking. Make a little bit of soft polenta, braise these in a brown sauce with some porcini mushrooms. Put them on top of soft polenta, and you've got duck neck ossobuco. $15 appetizer in New York, right? Now, if you have the clientele where you think you could try to get away with that, go ahead and try it. If nobody buys it, so what? What'd you lose? Not much. This and a little cornmeal.
Yeah, would you braise the duck necks?
Oh yeah, you'd have to braise them like ossobuco. Long, slow, moist heat cooking. It's similar to oxtail. Think about it. People buy oxtails. Okay, this piece, particularly interesting. This makes a great sausage casing. You tie off one end with a piece of string. You take some pork force meat, some sausage filling. You can take the scrapings off of the duck carcass and add that in there. Make a duck pork sausage mixture. Put it in a pastry bag and force it into here. This, look at how big this blows up. And it'll be about 5 or 6 inches long. It's like it'll be summer sausage. Okay, it'll be about that size, about 5 or 6 inches long, about 3 inches in diameter. You poach it. As you learn in Garde-Manger, you couldn't grill it from raw because it would be too thick. It would burn on the outside before it was cooked all the way through. So you poach it until its internal temperature is 165. Then you can cool it off. Then you can either slice it and serve it just like that as a cold sausage on a charcuterie plate, or you could grill it to crisp up the skin and serve a few hot slices served over a bed of lentils with a little frisee salad and a glass of red wine. You get a $15 French bistro special. And you get 2 portions out of it. Now, this plus a little bit of sausage filling is going to set you back all of about 75 cents. But because you did something cool with the presentation, you'll make a lot of money off. You get 30 bucks out of this and 75 cents worth of sausage. Okay.